y'all. I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate, and we're coming at you today with another episode of I'm Moving to North Carolina, Now What? Today we have the pleasure of talking about flooring with the owner-operator, Victor Topala of Atlas Flooring. He's going to give us a little bit of his backstory and how he got into this industry, maybe some gaps that he sees in the industry and how they fill that void, as well as what to look for when you're potentially buying a home. North Carolina is an as-is purchase state, so like always, we want to give you the warnings up front so you're ready and willing to buy on time. Victor, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about you. How did you come to the state of North Carolina? What is your back history in flooring? Why did you get into this in the first place?
Yeah, so I started flooring about 5 years ago. I started off with some friends from family, from the church, and then eventually, within a year or so, I went to a really big company out there in California. So I'm originally from California. And about 3 years ago, we moved here to North Carolina. I was looking for some work here, and I decided, I just want to go on my own, create a company and everything like that. So opened the company here about 3 years ago. And ever since, we've been servicing clients, getting 5-star reviews and everything like that.
Yeah, so 5-star reviews means that you're pretty good at what you do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit just about flooring in general. So some basic questions. Often when I'm showing a home, a big one is what type of floors are we walking on? So give us a quick rundown. What's the difference between LVP, engineered hardwoods, actual hardwoods? Like how can you even tell the difference?
Yeah, so there's about 4 different options. So we have our LVP, which is a plastic flooring, right? Usually those come in like 7 inches wide. So if you have wider plank flooring, that can be one sign that you have LVP.
Okay.
Then we have our laminates. So that's wood composite flooring. So it's basically like particle dust compressed together. Has a very strong and durable top layer.
Okay.
And then we have our solid hardwood and our engineered hardwood. So solid hardwood is real hardwood coming from the wood itself. So it's like a real piece of solid wood. Engineered flooring is the core is made of layers stacked opposite of each other. So that way the core is it doesn't expand as much as solid.
Okay.
And then it has a top veneer, which is usually the wood flooring. Okay. So those are usually the 4 different types of flooring. Now, if you're not a floor professional, it's a little bit more difficult to determine what type of flooring it is, but usually you can feel it. Usually the wood, you can feel it's wood compared to the LVP, which is plastic. That's one way, just feel it. I can usually tell just by looking at it.
Yeah.
But if you're not a flooring professional, it's kind of hard to differentiate between the two.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been in situations where we have to put it in MLS and the homeowner has no clue what it was. Yeah. Maybe they haven't changed the flooring over time. So how difficult is it to change from one to the other? I mean, is it better if, let's say, a section of the flooring gets damaged? Should you replace everything? Is one, you have to replace everything if a portion of it gets damaged? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so if you have damaged flooring in the house and we can find the same exact material, then we can just replace the damaged area. Usually if the house is 1 to 5 years old, we can usually find the same material.
Okay.
If it is older than that or the material is discontinued, usually, the only option to make the house look good is to basically, remove the flooring and reinstall new flooring.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of historic districts here in the Triangle. Like in Wake Forest, for example, there are a couple of historic sections. So is it really difficult to bring those floors back to life, or do you often see people try to just replace them because it's not worth it?
Yeah, so usually with historic homes, it's usually real solid hardwood. And with a solid hardwood, you can refinish it. So depending on how many times it has been refinished, you can usually probably do 1 or 2 more refinishes to it, and you can bring them back to life. Now, it will still have like the rustic look to it, stuff like that. It's not going to be like a perfect brand new floor, but it's going to look much better.
Absolutely. So if I'm looking to replace my floors, what does the process look like with working with y'all? How do you make it a little bit easier, perhaps, on the consumer?
Yeah, so the way we do it is first you have to reach out to us, right? You can go to our website, give us a call, submit a contact form, or through our social media. Once you reach out to us, we'll give you a call. We'll get more details about your project, and then we'll schedule in-home consultation. So it is free, and what we do on our first visit is we bring our mobile showroom, right? So with our mobile showroom, we have our samples with us, and that way you can, whatever color you pick in the home, We can show you the big sample in the home right next to your painting, your cabinets. That way, you know, you don't have to go to a showroom. You don't have to waste time. We come in there, you pick a color, it's very easy. And then from there, we'll walk you through the whole process,
Okay.
like what it has to be done to remove the flooring, the next steps we have to do. And usually, if you're ready to move forward with us, we collect 50% up front, 50% at the end, and then we do have lifetime warranty on everything, right? So that's on the flooring, on the material itself, and our labor.
Okay. No, that's definitely good to know. So, when folks are thinking about buying or selling a home, especially on the listing side, something that we'll often take a look at is the floors and whether or not they're in good condition. Keep in mind, folks, if a home is not turnkey, buyers start to question a lot. Given the way the market is right now, you want to kind of make those adjustments prior to ever having photos taken, ever going to market. So, something to do would be to call in your experts and your professionals to find out what the cost is going to be, because in most cases, you're going to see some ROI by refinishing those floors, replacing the ones as needed, cleaning them up so that maybe they're same flooring in all the rooms. I can't tell you the number of times that I've seen where it looks almost like a DIY job where they've kind of taken a few things and every room is almost a different type of flooring, which doesn't create great flow for your buyers. Due to the mobile showroom, that's also a huge stress point that's completely removed from the process. It's time back in your pocket that you have in order to focus on preparing your property. So let's talk about signs of bad flooring. So when we're walking through a home and we're looking at, okay, we're going to have to replace the HVAC at some point. The roof looks like maybe it's got some wear and tear. Looking at the floors, which sometimes people don't do, right? Because your eye line is going this way. A lot of times they're not looking at the ceiling. It's really looking at, like, does my furniture fit here? What are some things they should be looking for with the floors that maybe they think are a warning sign of something, like gaps, which could be from expansion? Or is there something that maybe seems like it's innocuous, but it actually is really a big deal?
Yeah. So some warning signs you should look for first is gapping. So if you see your flooring separating, depending on what it is. So hardwood, naturally, it does have like expansion extraction. So it does have some gaps in it. Like if your laminates, your hardwood, like your engineered hardwood or LVP, if you're seeing gaps, that means it's probably going to fail. Another thing is to see if it's buckling. So even LVP does buckle. If it's moisture issues, so you'll see the seams start peaking. Or if you notice like really high or low spots on the floor, like you're walking and all of a sudden it feels like you're going in a little valley, that means, you know, the contractor didn't properly prepare the substrate.
Okay.
Also, it might be if it's like big, really big hump or dip, it might also be like a structural issue. Maybe the joists are sagging too much. Another issue is moisture. We do see a lot of issues with moisture. And usually that's if you see your floor cupping. That means either your crawl space has a lot of moisture, your wood subfloor, or even concrete. So usually those are some warning signs you want to look at.
Yeah, so those of you moving to North Carolina, moisture is a huge thing here. It's hot, it's humid here in the South. I think sometimes it throws people for a loop. If the home does have a crawl space, definitely something you want to check out, because if there's any signs of damage or changes in the structure below, you're definitely going to see that in the flooring itself. So as a mom with 3 tiny humans, and I've had pets in my history as well, is there a certain type of flooring you would recommend if you're in that stage of life where it's just high foot traffic, stuff is going to get spilled, damages are going to happen, or a teeny tiny person is going to take a crayon and draw on the flooring? Is there one that's a little bit more resilient to life?
Yeah, so usually I would go over a couple of things. First, I want to know like your lifestyle, the home you live right in the neighborhood. So usually homes from anywhere, let's say 200,000 to 750,000. If you have pets, children, we would recommend going with like a LVP or a laminate.
Okay.
So we have really nice laminates. They're waterproof. They're very durable. Now, if you do live in a home that's like 800,000, more, a million, even if, you know, you have a busy lifestyle, you have children, pets, we would recommend going like the engineered hardwood. It's not as durable as the laminates or LVPs, but then you're going to retain the value of the home. You know, home buyers in that range, they're looking for real wood flooring. But if you're in the range like $200,000, $800,000 home, we have really nice laminates, really nice LVPs, very durable, water resistant, waterproof, and they're very easy to maintain.
So, question for you: in the home prep process or home renovation process, you're thinking about multiple projects, like we're going to repaint the walls, we're going to finish cabinetry, we're going to do the floors, what part should you do first, or should you coordinate the vendors all together? Like, what would be your take on making sure that process was a little bit more seamless?
Yeah, so usually with painting and flooring, I personally recommend to do the painting after,
Okay.
just because we're gonna install new trim around the
Mm-hmm.
baseboards. They're gonna have to come back to paint that if we might scuff some walls, you know.
Yeah.
So you can have the painters come back to touch up,
Okay.
but I think it's better if you're painting the walls, cabinets, just to have it all done after. It'll be
Okay.
much easier.
Mm-hmm. So, how does Atlas Flooring do things above and beyond maybe the competition? So, what would make somebody decide on y'all versus someone else?
Yeah, so first, we have great communication.
Mm-hmm.
We always communicate, we answer our phones. You know, you're dealing with me most of the times. So, you know, I always make sure I take great care of our customers. We do, like I said, offer that mobile showroom. Many companies do offer that, but they just come with the small samples.
Mm-hmm.
We actually bring the big samples inside the home so you can take a look. And one of the biggest differentiators is our lifetime warranty.
Mm-hmm.
If you go around the other companies, they usually offer 1 year warranties, and they still don't stand behind their warranties.
Mm-hmm.
So usually, you know, we want to provide peace of mind to our customers, so the lifetime warranty really helps them out.
Well, and that could also be a value add if you're looking to sell
Yeah.
your home, that there's a warranty on the flooring that's just newly been
Yeah.
installed. Especially when you have movers who are potentially going to be coming on the property. Well, Victor, I really appreciate you being here today and talking to us a little bit about the process and your company. Folks, we are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere. Please like, share, and follow if you feel like this information was helpful. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, we would love to assist with that. And if you want somebody with honesty, integrity, and absolute professionalism, Victor and his team are definitely going to be the best choice for you. We will see you next time.